Hey guys, good morning. I'm super happy that all my Pilates peeps are with me. Today is a fun day. It is Foam Roll Friday. So grab your foam roller and let's get this party started. All right, guys, let's just get started. Super simple. We'll pull those elbows back behind, reach one knee forward, come to center, reach the other knee forward, come to center and continue and breathe. And then guys, with this simple move, I'll take this opportunity to request of you, as always, to keep your session with me today pain-free. That's super important to me. I want you guys to feel better after class, not worse. A little bit of residual soreness is okay. A little bit of a sensation of, holy cow, there's a muscle, it's working, I feel that, that's okay. But that is vastly different than back pain, knee pain, hip pain, joint pain, structural pain, shooting pain, anything like that. Please stop what you're doing and do something different so those feelings go away. That's super important to me. My goal as an instructor actually is for every student to feel better after every class. So I need your help with that. All right, guys, we're breathing. Navel is tucked to the spine. And we'll go just for a few more for 3 and 2. And the next time you have a knee and tabletop, pause. Let's place our fingertips on the outside of the foam roller and then just begin to sort of toss, just sort of slap those fingertips with the foam roller. And then, guys, keeping that knee and tabletop, if that's safe, or placing those toes down at any time, maybe close those eyes, removing that sense of vision, taking a balance challenge. And just notice how that feels. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Pause, open those eyes, and then guys, place those fingertips on the outside of the foam roller, and let's twist to one side, keep that knee and tabletop, and center, and the other side, and center. Continue alternating from side to side, breathing, hollowing out that belly. And notice how this increases the balance challenge. By the way, if you look from side to side over your foam roller, it will be much more challenging than if you're looking forward, and you can use that information however you wish. For 2 and 1, and come to center. Keep that knee lifted. I know you're feeling it. It's on purpose. Reach those arms overhead. Yeah. And then let's lean to one side, up to center, over to the other, up to center, and continue for 3 and 2 and 1. Come to center, place that foot down, and place that foam roller down. Good job, guys. Notice how your one of your thighs is feeling that quite a bit. So let's take that foam roller, guys, and just begin to move the foam roller over that thigh. You can roll it if you wish. If you have a knobby foam roller, that might feel good. Or you can just slide it up and down and just feel those quadriceps muscles. You got 4 muscles in there. And well, you have 4 major quadriceps muscles. There are other muscles in there as well. But just begin to massage them, taking that feel good sensation, getting a little blood to the surface of the skin. Feels surprisingly good. For 3 and 2 and 1 and pause. All right, let's bring that other knee into a tabletop position. And then, you guessed it, let's begin to kind of slap those fingertips, just get a little energy going. And then if you wish for an added challenge, guys, go ahead and close those eyes. And taking that balance challenge without your sense of vision to ground you, notice how much more unstable you feel. For 2 and 1, pause, open those eyes, and then let's reach that foam roller straight out in front of us. Keeping that knee in tabletop, let's begin to twist to one side and center, and the other side and center, and continue breathing, feeling that twisty sensation, kind of like wringing out a washcloth, guys. See if you can find that feeling in your waist as you're going through this range of motion, keeping your lower body absolutely still. For 2 and 1, come to center, and then let's reach those arms overhead, straight in front, overhead, straight in front, and continue breathing. Woo, for 3 and 2. And then finally, guys, let's lean to one side, up to center, over to the other, up to center, and continue and breathe. My range of motion for this is a little tiny, so I'm slightly modifying, but if it feels good for you, actually the correct form, correct in quotes, would be to keep your head framed in those arms, but I'm moving my arms more than my back. But that's an example of me modifying. And breathe for 2 and 1, come to center and put that foot down. Oh my gosh. And then let's massage that thigh with the foam roller. The reason why I pointed out that I was modifying, one is in case you were watching me, noticing that my form was not stellar. That's why. Also, if you were watching me for guidance, I just wanted to tell you that technically that form was not the best. And then finally, and most importantly, I wanted to show you that I modify too. So I'm really pro modification in my class. I want everyone to feel better after class, not worse, including me. All right, guys, for 2 and 1. Oh, that's really good. All right, let's take this foam roller and reach it. Whoops, that was really ungraceful. Reach it back behind, and then place those forearms against the foam roller with those palms facing forward and those fingertips dangling down. Okay, then what I want you to do is use that foam roller. Actually, I'm going to cue that a little differently. First, let's have really bad posture on purpose. So I want those shoulders to round forward, jut that head forward, pretend like you're trying to show off the worst possible posture in the world. And then let's come to center and then press your forearms into that foam roller, using that as leverage to press those shoulders behind you. And just feel that sensation. And then I want you to think about taking those ears and placing them over the shoulders. Okay, guys. So another way to cue this is, actually, anyways, whatever. Okay, so I want you to purposefully take your chin and pull it back into your neck, like you are doing the opposite of what we do when we take selfies, where you want to show off that beautiful jawline. We want to show off that double chin. Are you still pressing your forearms into the foam roller, opening those shoulders? You can hear that my vocal cords are a little bit strained. I'm trying to, in effect, bring my head back in space. Woo, for 3 and 2 and 1, and then release. Good. Okay, so let's come back into that core posture, jutting that head forward. Just notice how that feels. For 2 and 1, and then let's press our forearms into that foam roller, using it as leverage to really press those shoulders back, squeeze those elbows or those shoulders back behind you, feeling that really nice stretch across the chest, particularly in that pectoral area and up by the shoulder area in front, and breathe. And then holding this, let's again begin to show off our double chin, if you will, and just try to show off that double chin and breathe. For 3 and 2 and 1 and release. All right, guys, then let's take the foam roller and then we'll place it down to the side. And I just want you to bring your shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down, and up, back and down, and then leave them in the back and down position. And notice your top or your bottom rib and your hip bone. And then think about making a bunch of space between them. The shoulders down and back in a somewhat neutral, relaxed position, but purposefully in the down and back position. Yeah, so I don't want like a whole bunch of muscles engaged, but just finding that good posture, and then bring those ears over the shoulders. And I can see in the mirror right now how stellar my posture looks right now. So what I'm after here is just we're training the body incrementally to find that really good posture. And notice if this feels a little bit uncomfortable. It does for me, and it might for you as well. And in part, that's because our body becomes normal and comfortable in this rounded forward posture. So as we purposefully undo it, it feels a little bit awkward, which is why we work on strengthening the back muscles in Pilates while stretching out those chest muscles and then pulling those ears back over the shoulders instead of having, and then all the while having space between these bones. So yeah, so just notice that. And also, you know, some people's bodies, they run forward naturally. Mine, in fact, does, which gives me the opportunity to pay special attention and work extra hard to keep myself open so I don't run forward. All right, nicely done, guys. Let's take that foam roller, place it down to the right side. Take that left arm up and over, and you can use your hand pressing into that foam roller to come a little further into the stretch for 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. And then, guys, let's take that foam roller. It's a little tricky. Place it behind you and then place your hands onto the foam roller. All right. And then, guys, from here, let's take a few steps away from that foam roller and drop those shoulders. Yep, gently press those hips forward and then continue. But I want to point out the stretch that you're feeling right here. And what's so valuable, guys, about that is those are the muscles that shorten as we round forward. So just find a really nice stretch here and breathe. Shoulders down and back and breathe. I could have us hang out here for an hour and I'm doing my job as a Pilates instructor because this is such a posture correcting movement, but we're going to continue on. But just notice how this feels for 3 and 2 and 1, and then slowly release. And then let's take the foam roller over to the left side. Reach that right arm up and over, coming into that nice side body stretch with the leverage of that foam roller. And then notice if your head is forward, and if it is, let's bring it back so it's in line with those, so the ears are over the shoulders. Ooh, for 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys. Then let's take the foam roller. We're going to place it in front of us, one hand on top, other hand on top. Take a few steps back and then reach forward, trying to get your torso parallel to the floor. And in fact, trying to frame those ears with the biceps. And again, in fact, think about making a square. Oh, my back just popped. That felt amazing. So think about making a square between your body, the foam roller, and the ground. And then allow your spine to relax into the stretch. Feeling that length and space between the vertebrae and your spine. Feeling that stretch in the shoulder area, that stretch in the backside. For 3 and 2. And then, guys, take a little step forward with those feet, soften those knees, roll up to a standing position. Okay, then bring the foam roller just a little bit closer to your body, and one hand on top, other hand on top. Take that left leg, kick it straight out behind you. All right, left leg is out behind you, and then let's begin to lift and lower that left leg, tapping the ground with those toes. And by the way, we're keeping those toes so they are down towards the mat as opposed to externally rotated. All right, guys, maybe this is all you want. If you want more, pause with that leg lifted and then reach your body forward. Think about making a straight line from your heel to your tush, to your waist, to your shoulders, to your head, to your arms. We're balancing for 3 and 2 and 1, and slowly come up to center, and then we'll bring those feet together. Well done. Then let's take the other leg, kick it out long behind. That leg is straight, those toes are down, and maintaining that those toes are down, begin to lift and lower that straight leg. Feeling this back booty cheek right here, and breathe. For 3 and 2. And then the next time that leg is lifted, pause. All right, guys. And then let's go ahead and kick that leg back again reaching those arms forward. If it makes sense for you to move your foam roller forward, go ahead and do so. And again, try to find that long straight line and breathe. Navel tuck to the spine, toes are down towards the ground as opposed to externally rotated. And breathe, balancing for 3, 2, and slowly, gracefully come back to a standing position, tap those rear toes down, and we'll bring those feet all the way together. Good job. Okay, let's take the foam roller. We're going to place it behind us again, palms facing forward, and we'll kick the left leg back, and then lift and lift and lift. Think about lifting so much and squeezing that back booty cheek so much that the booty cheek comes in contact with that foam roller. Whew. Okay, maybe this is all you want. If you want a little more, you guessed it, the next time that leg is lifted, pause, and then maybe lean forward, finding that long straight line from the heel to the tush to the waist to the head. And then, guys, let's use this foam roller as leverage to pull those shoulders back. And breathe and balance for 3 and 2. And slowly come back up to standing. Nice job. And then let's take the other foot back. We'll kick it back behind us, kicking that right leg behind. Squeeze that rear booty cheek, and then begin to lift and tap with those toes with the legs straight. Whew, and breathe. Yep, just feeling that sensation. Let's purposefully press that chest forward, bringing those ears over the shoulders. All right, guys. And then the next time that leg is lifted, if you want more, maintaining the shoulders back, go ahead and lean forward, trying to find that long straight line. And then let's bring those shoulders back, hollow out that belly, navel tuck to the spine, and breathe for 3, 2, and then gracefully with both legs straight, let's come up and tap. Good job. Beautifully done, guys. From here, let's take the foam roller, step to the front of your mat, and place that foam roller long behind you, so it's between your heels, kind of like you have a tail growing between your heels. Yeah, it's a strange cue, but at any rate. And then, guys, from here, let's reach those arms forward, keeping the knees behind the toes. Reach that booty back like you're trying to bring it down towards the middle of the foam roller. And then come up to standing and do it again. Whew. And continue warming up that backside for 3 and 2. And then next time you're down, stay down. All right. And then let's open the right arm to the right. Take that left arm straight forward. Come into that side body twist, looking to the right, trying to create a bunch of space between each fingertip, reaching those arms out in opposing directions. And then notice if you jutted your left knee forward. If you did, let's bring it back. So we're still maintaining that crunch. It will accentuate, maintaining the squat. It will accentuate that twist sensation if those knees are in the same, one is not more forward than the other. For 3, 2, and then let's reach both arms forward, and then take that left arm back behind. And again, notice if that right knee wants to press forward, trying to keep those knees so one is not more forward than the other. Reaching. Are you losing your squat? If so, maintain it, provided it's not causing you pain. And breathe for 3 and 2. All right, guys, then place those hands onto the mat in front of you and have a seat on your mat. Yep. All right, guys, from here, let's scoot ourselves all the way forward on the mat. Reach those arms forward. And then using your hands for assistance, if you wish, roll back vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way down. And then when you're all the way down, allow those arms out to the side and gently begin to rock from side to side. And just take the feel goods and enjoy that. Yeah, you guys look awesome. Just enjoy that sensation. rolling from side to side. You have rows of muscles which go up and down the length of your spine on each side. So just enjoy the sensation of rolling them out. All right, guys, while you're doing this, it's super important that your head is supported. So no heads are dangling in space. Okay, the next time you are to the right side of your spine, see if you can come further to the right and in fact come as far as you can to the right without falling off your foam roller. And then just find stillness. And then let's softly let both knees fall to the right. Let that left shoulder melt down and around the foam roller. And just feel this really nice side body stretch. You've got space and length between your left hip bone and your left bottom rib, stretching out those muscles in your midsection. And just breathe and feel this nice stretch. Oh, this feels amazing. Amazing. For 4 and 3. I almost don't want to pull us out of this, but there are other things to do. And 2. Whew, this feels so good. And 1. All right, guys, let's keep this position between our spine and the foam roller. In other words, we're completely over on that right side. But let's prop our feet up again so they're giving us support. In other words, place your feet flat on the mat. And then all the way over to the right, guys, just move your body gently, just a few inches from side to side on the foam roller or roll the foam roller. So just tiny, tiny range of motion, just really targeting that right side. And enjoy. And then begin to target that whole right side. Notice if you feel any clunks in the muscles in your spine or your back. For 3, notice how great that feels on the booty area. Those of you who were with me on Wednesday, we targeted that area quite a bit, so this probably feels amazing. For 2 and 1, and then guys, come to center. So at center, just gently roll from side to side, and notice how one side of your body feels different than the other. Let's go ahead and balance that out. So you guessed it, let's roll all the way over to the left, as far over to the left as you can without falling off. And then just find a relaxed resting position with those legs, with those knees pivoted over to the left. Open those arms to a T. Look to the left, and just, it's hard, but try just to relax into this. Yeah, so our body is kind of vulnerable when we stretch. So I feel kind of like our body is like a toddler. If it falls down, it looks to us for support, like, is this a big deal? Am I gonna die? Or is this fine and no big deal? And just as when you tell that toddler, it's okay, just get up, gravity works. So kind of giving that same permission to our body to not flip out while it feels vulnerable. How do we do that? Breath. So just breathe and allow your body to relax. Tell those muscles that it's okay to let go. Probably goes back to the saber-toothed tiger days when, at any moment we'd need a huge burst of energy to get us to safety. Or also, if someone were to come up and tweak our body while we're in a stretch, they could really damage us. So physically, we're vulnerable too. But you're safe, so just use your breath to help you relax. And breathe. Oh, this feels amazing. But again, there are other things to do. So let's go ahead and pivot those feet flat. And then way far on that left side of the body, just move your body gently over the foam roller, however you wish, and just enjoy. Yeah, feeling it, it's an amazing sensation all the way from the booty area, massaging it all the way up to the scalp. You know how when you go and get your hair done, it always feels amazing when they massage your scalp. We're kind of creating that with the foam roller. And then begin to roll out the entirety of that left side, left half of your body. Woo, and breathe. And then let's come to center, pause just for a sec, feel that sense of relaxation. Feel that those shoulders melting down and around that foam roller. And then guys, gently, super gently, let's lift our head with our fingertips and lift just the top part. So the part that's the very top part, like almost near the top of the head, and then place it back down and do it again and see if you can make the place in contact with the foam roller lower on your skull than is natural for you. And then find that, and then you might be able to guess what's coming based on the taxed vocal cord sounds in my voice now. So we're coming back into that idea of training the head and the neck to be further back in space, keeping those ears over the shoulders instead of that head hanging forward. All right, so anytime we do neck work, we want to be super, super gentle. If you feel like you're losing that connection on the foam roller more towards the base of your skull, go ahead and just use your fingertips to help you find it again. And then again, we want to be super gentle anytime we work with the neck, but just gently on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm talking like a 1, 1.5, maybe a 2. Just press your head into the foam roller. Gently, gently. Yep, and just feel that sensation and breathe. Again, the idea with this is that when we're standing tall, it'll be more likely for our ears to remain over the shoulders instead of our head jutting forward. So again, we're just still applying that super, super gentle pressure. And then just super, super tiny, just a couple of inches, begin to, let's see, shake your head, no, but super tiny. So just gentle, gentle, while you're gently pressing the skull into the foam roller. And then finally, if that feels good and completely pain-free, you can begin to increase your range of motion a little bit. I do not want you to extend beyond your natural range of motion. So if you come to your end range of motion, just notice it, but please don't push it. And breathe. For 3 and 2, you're still pressing the base of the skull into the foam roller. And 1, and pause. All right, then I want you to stop that muscular engagement of pressing the skull into the foam roller. And just notice how your skull feels. Allow it to be heavy on the foam roller. And notice again how it's likely that you're sort of trying to show off your double chin. I know, which is funny. It's the complete opposite of how we try to present ourselves to the world. All right, and just notice that relaxed sensation. And then, guys, gently look to the right and then to the left, moving your entire head. So we're no longer pressing our skull into the foam roller, guys. So this is just purely going from side to side. And again, just noticing that end range of motion. And then notice if you can just gently, effortlessly begin to increase your range of motion. If you can't, that's okay. I don't want you to push it, but if you can, allow for that to happen. You might find after this work that you're able to just gently increase that range of motion. But I don't want any pressure. So you're not using your muscles to increase your range of motion. You're just allowing gravity. For 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center. All right, guys, then keeping your hands on the mat, just lift your head a little bit like you're looking down towards your knees and put your head back down. All right, yeah, we'll do it again. Just look towards the knees and put your head back down and continue. And then begin to put your head down lower on your skull on purpose. And the next time your head is down, keep it down. And notice if you are successful in placing it such that the contact between your skull and the foam roller is lower down on that skull. And just notice how that feels. Remember a moment ago when we first used our fingers to find this sort of a position, how uncomfortable and unnatural it was for our head to be in contact with the foam roller lower down on the skull. So maybe you're finding this is a little more fluid, a little more easy, if you will. For 3 and 2, and 1. All right, guys, so we're going to move on, but let's think about keeping that lower point of the skull on the foam roller for the rest of the session that we're lying down. And again, that's all in an effort to train our body to keep those ears over the shoulders. All right, guys, but from here, moving on, let's open those arms to a T. Fingernails are down towards the mat. Feet can be wherever you wish. And then jumping jack styles, let's reach those arms up. I said up, but keep them on the ground. So if you were standing, you'd be reaching them up towards the ceiling, but since you're lying down, you're reaching them towards the wall behind you. And then open those arms to a T and do it again and continue. So if it's available to you, those fingernails are just slightly dragging on the mat. And then let's begin to bring those fingertips all the way down towards the foam roller, fingernails down, and then out to a T and up overhead. And do it again. So it's like we're making big snow angels with our hands, with our arms. All right, guys, the next time those fingernails are down towards the foam roller, pause. Okay, so just pause. Maybe your pinky is touching the foam roller. And notice how those shoulders are likely not relaxed. They're likely slightly rounded forward. So we're going to pause here, and I purposefully want you to allow those shoulders to relax. It's okay if your fingertips move a little bit away from the foam roller. That's somewhat normal to have that happen. But I just want you to think about relaxing those shoulders with those arms a little closer to the foam roller and just enjoy that sensation. So we're stretching that area again in that in the front of the shoulder, the front side of the chest, and just try to relax the body. And remember, we talked about how to do that. Just breathe. So I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a lot of resistance. My muscles are giving me a lot of feedback of like, no, thank you, not today. I want to stay tight. So I'm purposefully trying to override my body's natural inclination to keep those shoulders sort of clenched and just release. So just take a moment here and rest. Use your breath. And breathe. Passively allowing gravity to pull those shoulders down to the ground. Just feeling that sensation of coercing the body, if you will, to relax. I don't know about you, but my body is definitely putting up a lot of resistance. So using that mind-body connection to create the end result that we want. For 3 and 2. All right, guys, think about keeping those shoulders relaxed around that foam roller. And then let's open those arms to a T. Allow those shoulders to relax. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Dragging those fingernails on the ground towards the wall behind, out to a T, and then fingernails down towards the foam roller again. Trying to keep those shoulders in a relaxed position the whole time. And notice if it's perhaps a little bit easier as you reach those fingertips down towards the foam roller to allow for that to happen, where those shoulders are heavier with gravity. And if you feel resistance, that's okay. Just notice it and then just try to relax it. And breathe. For 3. And 2. And then let's bring those fingertips down towards the foam roller again. And again, just pause. Allow those shoulders to melt down and around the foam roller. And notice if it's a little bit easier than it was last time. So my body's like, okay, been there, done that. And it's much more quick to let go. So see if you're having that same experience. And just relax those shoulders. I'm still feeling feedback. It's those muscles literally, they're just tight. They don't want to release my shoulders. So I'm trying to purposefully allow for that release to happen. For 3 and 2. All right, guys, let's open those arms to a T. Notice where your elbows are. Keep those elbows there. But let's bend the arms into a 90-degree angle, and we'll lift the forearms off of the ground. So our arms are sort of in a goalpost position, and pivot those palms so they're facing down towards your toes. All right, then take an inhale as you exhale, reach those arms up to the ceiling, bringing those hands near to each other, and then open those elbows wide to the side. If it's available to you, tap the ground and do it again. So it's kind of like we're doing a bench press in a gym, that kind of a situation. All right, guys, and just notice that mobility over the shoulders, feeling that good sensation. As you bring those elbows down, see if you can talk those shoulder muscles into relaxing, just as we were a moment ago with the fingertips near to the foam roller. So see if you can get in touch with that and find that. All right, guys, and then the next time the elbows are down, pause. All right, so those arms are bent in right angles. And then keeping the elbows down, let's bring the fingertips down to the mat and pause. So fingertips resting on the mat, elbows directly out from the shoulders to the side. Okay, now notice if those muscles tightened up again, bringing those shoulders forward. And then let's try to relax. And just feel that sensation with those shoulders relaxed. And then let's come back into the goalpost position. And then, guys, let's bring those fingernails down towards the mat, keeping the elbows still. So maybe it's not available to you to touch the mat. That's okay. But just come in that general direction and you still get the points for, you get credit, if you will. All right, guys. And then just, again, notice, we'll hang out here for a moment. Notice if those shoulders have lifted away from the ground again, and if so, try to release them, allowing gravity to pull those shoulders down and around. And breathe. This is interesting. Sometimes I'm able to touch the ground, and other times I'm not. Today I am not able to touch the ground in this position. And just breathe and feel that stretch. And then, guys, let's come back into that goalpost position. Bring the fingertips down to the mat. Relax those shoulders, and then come to the, and then we'll bring the fingernails down and continue. So it's like we're making little tiny rainbow arcs with our forearms, keeping the elbows down, kind of like a robot, and breathe. And then notice if those muscles in front of the shoulders are joining the party and lifting those shoulders away from the foam roller. And if so, try to override that and keep those shoulders down and back, and just allow the forearms to move through space without the elbows, or sorry, without the shoulders assisting. It's really hard, but again, we're trying to train our body to allow for those shoulders to be back in space more, because they are forward in space a lot because our whole life is in front of us, and pretty much everybody has to fight bad posture, or you will have bad posture. All right, for 3 and 2. And 1. Okay, let's just open those arms to a T, guys, and gently rock from side to side. Again, just taking the feel goods. I don't know where time goes. Time flies on a foam roller. That would be a good bumper sticker. Time flies on a foam roller. All right, so just enjoy the feel goods for 3 and 2 and 1, and then come back to center. Okay, you're lying down, continue lying down, but just gently come off the foam roller. So just roll to the side and then remove the foam roller from underneath you. And then just lie on your mat and just notice how your body feels. Like my spine feels amazing. So just enjoy that sensation. Oh my gosh, it was so remarkable. I just feel like I had the best massage in the entire world. All right, guys. Again, I could hang out here for the rest of class, but there's other things to do. So let's bend those knees, feet are flat, and just gently rock those knees from side to side for 3 and 2 and one, and come back to center. And then let's take that foam roller and reach it straight up to the ceiling. Fingertips on either end of the foam roller. And then reach that foam roller back behind with arms straight, tap the ground, and then reach those arms up to the ceiling and come down and tap the hips, or the thighs rather, and do it again. So we're just making big rainbow arcs. And now as we're going through this range of motion, guys, let's slow it down. I know you could do this all day, super quick, and that's not what I'm after. I'm interested in a very, very slow movement, and feel the joints in your shoulder joints move. So your shoulders are joints, actually. By the way, they're the most movable joint in the body, and they're also the most vulnerable joint. So we definitely want to take care of our shoulders. So if you think about what's happening in the skeleton right now, it's kind of interesting. So just think about that. And also notice if those muscles in front of the shoulders are fired up again, like, oh, I got this. This is my job. We're reaching those arms in front of us. And if so, see if you can relax that and keep those shoulders melted in towards the mat during this entire range of motion. And notice how it's a different sensation to get those chest muscles out of this movement as much as you can, allowing those shoulders to be heavy the entire time you're going through this range of motion. For 4 and 3 and 2. The next time that our arms are up towards the ceiling, pause. All right, guys, then let's come into a crunch position, bring both knees into tabletop, and take that foam roller and balance it on our shins. All right, then let's take those feet away from us, kicking them towards the wall in front, and then slowly bring those knees back in towards the chest and do it again and continue. So my range of motion for this movement is pretty tiny because if I were to extend my legs out fully, I would be feeling it the next few days in my back. But if your range of motion is greater, just go ahead and enjoy that while balancing this foam roller on the shins. For 3 and 2. I'm loving it. You guys look amazing. And 1, keep those knees in tabletop, reach up and grab that foam roller and place it under your thighs going across your body, and then lower your booty down onto the foam roller. All right, guys, keep the head down, and then let's lift the booty so the booty is hovering in space, and let's straighten the legs so those heels are hovering in space. And let's just shimmy those feet from side to side. So we're keeping our head down for this sequence. Anytime we lift the head, we want the, anytime we lift the derriere, we want the head down. But I'm interested in here, and kind of just a sidewinder type movement. I feel like one of those snakes that kind of crawls from, or moves by, I think they're called sidewinders. But at any rate, just enjoy this massage on the backside. And then also notice if you're feeling your obliques working as you shimmy those feet from side to side. Woo! For 3, just enjoying that massage and that movement. And 2 and 1, and pause. And then, guys, let's take those legs super straight. Press those heels down. Press your elbows into the mat by your waist and lift your waist up towards the ceiling. Yep, and lift those shoulders up towards the ceiling, just using that foam roller as leverage, and breathe for 3 and 2, and then slowly release. Yeah, and then let's get that back flat, and then we'll bend the knees. Take that foam roller, guys, and place it under the feet. So knees are bent and feet are on the foam roller. All right, guys, from here, keeping the head down, again, arms at the sides on the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, just press your feet into the foam roller, keeping the booty down. And notice how much you are activating that backside muscular area. If it feels safe, like your foam roller will not shoot out, and you want more, take an inhale. As you exhale, lift those hips. All right, with those hips lifted, maybe this is all you want, in which case you can lower and lift and lower and lift, or maybe bring one knee into tabletop, put it down, bring the other knee into tabletop and put it down and continue. Place your hands on your hip bones, guys, and notice if that pelvis is rocking or shifting from side to side while you're going through this range of motion. Also, if you gently press your fingertips into your abdominal area, notice if you're feeling muscles working to facilitate this movement. And if you don't, see if you can make it such that you do. So see if you can use those abdominal muscles to recruit that knee, recruit those abdominal muscles to lift one knee into tabletop and then the other one. And also notice how if you place your foot down gently and softly and slowly, how you can feel the work shifting from side to side while trying to keep that pelvis stable. And breathe for 4 and 3 and 2. And the next time both feet are on the foam roller, pause. All right, guys, from here, if you wish, you can, super tiny range of motion. You can just roll that foam roller forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards for 2 and 1, pause, and then come all the way down. Good. And once you're all the way down, take a step apart with those feet on the foam roller and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. You might have noticed that I did not cue for you to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, nor did I cue for you to hinge down flat as a board. I left it up to whatever would feel best for your body today. It's kind of interesting. I do that in a studio sometimes. I'll be a little bit loose with my cues and I'll notice what my students do and how they follow the directions. And it kind of gives me some insight as to what's going on with their bodies. All right, for 3 and 2 and 1 and come to center. All right, let's lift the head and then kick that foam roller towards the tush, placing the feet flat. Oh my gosh, we have 2 minutes, you guys. Where does the time go? Lift the hips. Keep the head down, put the foam roller under the hips, and then just shimmy from side to side. So today's class has really been about posture. So this is a posture foam roll session. So that's kind of cool. I hope you guys go into your weekend with awesome posture. Even what we're doing right here, guys, so it feels really great for the booty to massage that booty area. But inherently, this is a posture correcting exercise because if you think about it, those hips are in front of the torso, which is the opposite of the torso leaning over those hips. So we've done a lot of work today to try to get our posture in alignment with those shoulders over the ears. All right, for 2 and 1 and come back to center. All right, also notice how in this position, we've got a lot of space between that bottom rib and those hip bones. And remember, that's a really quick and easy way to find that good posture throughout your day. It's just to think about creating that space between those bony landmarks. All right, guys, let's lift those hips. Remove the foam roller from underneath you. And then, however you wish, come to a seated and then a standing position. Oh my gosh, this class flew by. I'm going to adjust my camera just a little bit. I hope you guys feel amazing. I hope your spines feel amazing. Think about that really good posture as you go through your day with those ears over the shoulders. Swing those arms from side to side, taking lady in a park. Enjoying that free movement. And notice if you feel more upright. I really feel more upright. It's quite significant, actually. Are you guys feeling that too? Yeah. Wow, that's like, I really feel quite a bit different than I did before class. All right, let's reach those arms up overhead. Drop those shoulders. Curl those fingertips over. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. When you get all the way down, let's take the right fingertip to the left shin area, and then take that left arm up to the ceiling, bend into the right knee, look to the left, and then use your hand on your leg as leverage to come into a really nice twisty turn. For 2, by the way, I'm keeping you a couple of minutes over in case you're on a crazy tight time schedule. And 1, come to center, and then let's take that left hand to the right, outside of the right calf, and then bend into that left knee. Reach that right arm up to the ceiling. Maybe straighten both arms into the stretch, trying to create lots of space between your fingertips. For 3 and 2, come back to center, and then softness in the knees. I want you to hover those hands just gently above the ground, and then circle those hands. So I'm interested in a release in the shoulder socket. Head is heavy, feeling that nice stretch in the back. There's a few ways to follow this cue, however you are is fine. And pause, and let's reverse the direction of those circles. Again, just feeling that release in the shoulder socket. For 2 and 1, and then softness in the knees. Head is heavy, finding stillness with the hands. Begin to roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming all the way up. When you get to the top, bring those shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down, up, back and down. And then let's press our head back in space. Not so much that we have a double chin, but such that the ears are over the shoulders, and then create space and length between your bottom rib and your hip bone. Yep, you guys look amazing, and go into your day and your weekend. Really nice work, you guys. If you've joined me on YouTube, thanks for watching me. Come back and see me. I usually post 3 videos a week. Please like, comment, and subscribe.